Arriving at sunrise, a new dawn, a new life awaits. These people, mostly hailing from Venezuela, one as young as a month old, face uncertain futures.
Many of those who've been bused here to the Naval Observatory, Vice President Kamala Harris's home, throughout the weekend this weekend, have experienced arduous journeys, fleeing persecution, dangerously navigating jungles, all in search of an American dream. Having mostly been held in packed migration centres in Texas, they were then offered a free bus ride to Washington, D.C. The men behind that plan, Governor Greg Abbott, and a potential presidential candidate keen to shift responsibility for a border crisis to President Biden and liberal leaders.
All those people in D.C. and New York were beating their chests when Trump was president, saying they were so proud to be sanctuary jurisdictions, saying how bad it was to have a secure border. The minute even a small fraction of what those border towns deal with every day is brought to their front door, they all of a sudden go berserk, and they're so upset that this is happening. And it just shows you, their virtue signaling is a fraud.
Earlier in the week, DeSantis, who's running for re-election as governor in November, also arranged for 2 planes full of migrants to be sent to the Massachusetts island of Martha's Vineyard. Several say they weren't told they'd be flown there, duped about their destination.
I mean, there's really nothing here unless you're coming here on vacation. There's no work and there's no opportunities, and they were basically just being used by the Republican governors to try to send a message to the Biden administration that there are open borders. There are not open borders. The borders are closed.
A surge in migrants has been overwhelming shelters in Texas in recent months, in part prompting the strategy to bus them to other areas. Now safe, they seek asylum. I have my goals to accomplish, one says. I want to build a better life. Those in Martha's Vineyard have been taken to a military base to receive shelter and humanitarian support. Locals are offering donations. Yet how long can this continue? The White House is calling for an immediate end to what it calls smuggler tactics.
2 Republican governors reportedly lured 100 asylum seekers, including children, onto planes and buses with false premises and then abandoned them on the side of a busy road thousands of miles away with nothing but Ziploc bags of their belongings in hand. These were children, they were moms, they were fleeing communism. And what did Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott do to them? They used them as political pawns, treated them like chattel in a cruel, premeditated political stunt.
The White House claims it's trying to fix a broken system decimated by the last administration, and government attorneys are exploring possible litigation around the efforts by governors to move migrants north, all while families continue to arrive anxious or perhaps cautiously optimistic about what awaits. Benji Haya, CGTN, Washington, D.C.